Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today, boys and girls, I'm going to bring you guys the Manchester City versus Leicester match preview. So then, boys and girls, Leicester are finally back in Premier League action. It has been a very long time, but the wait is finally over after, of course, Wednesday night's Carabao Cup game against Liverpool at Anfield, which we will not speak about too much. But yeah, boys, to be honest, Tin Pot Trophy anyway, who really cares? But yeah, boys and girls, Leicester are back in Premier League action. It's match day 17 of the season as Leicester make the trip up to Manchester to the Etihad to take on Manchester City away from home in the Premier League. So it's Man City away on Sunday and then Liverpool at home on Tuesday. Cheers Premier League, we're going to get battered. It's Boxing Day football in Manchester and it's going to be an incredibly tough away day for Leicester at the Etihad. But of course last season Leicester did beat Man City 5-2 away from home, so could history possibly repeat itself? But looking at Leicester's opponents then for Boxing Day's game, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City currently sit top place in the Premier League table, and last night for the citizens they picked up a very convincing 4-0 away win at St James's Park. So with all that being said, boys and girls, and without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Let's discuss Manchester City and Leicester, and let's get straight into the match preview. So the boys and girls, as always, kicking things off then, my thoughts going into Boxing Day's game. So yeah lads, Manchester City away then, the perfect Christmas present of Boxing Day after losing to Liverpool to their under-21s and got to play Liverpool again 2 days later. Fantastic. But yeah lads, of course this video is going out on Christmas Eve and it looks like Leicester won't be giving me any Christmas presents whatsoever, so if you want to give me one, feel free to drop a like, subscribe as well to the channel. But yeah, always have a good Christmas and up the City. But yeah, speaking about the game then in a bit more detail, see Man City away is going to be an incredibly tough away day for Leicester. Given the current situation right now and in general, Man City away is probably the hardest game in the whole league. To be honest boys, I fully expect Leicester to get absolutely battered. I'm going to be honest, I usually try and stay optimistic, but given our recent form, given how we slipped away against Liverpool, the confidence levels are going to be down here. The injuries we have, right now we are in a bit of a mess, and overall it could be an absolute battering, boys. So yeah, let's prepare ourselves. I wouldn't be shocked if we lose 5-6-0, to be honest. And of course, coming off that awful result against Liverpool in midweek in the Carabao Cup, yeah, I just can't see us getting anything out of the game really, boys. I mean, first half we looked good in the game, also scored 3 goals, but second half we were shambolic and the way the game just slipped away, going to penalties, the 95th minute equaliser. I think the confidence is just going to be so low for Leicester, but you know, if we did get something from that game against Liverpool, I would have expected us to maybe fight and get a point against City, but after that I just can't see it happening, boys. Looking at the way the game's going to be played then on Sunday, for me there's only one real thing. Leicester are just going to sit back really, soak up the pressure and look to hit City on the counter-attack. For me, that's the only real option. We're going to be absolutely knackered. We've obviously got Liverpool 2 days after, which is a stupid decision from the Premier League. Yes, if you had like Crystal Palace away or something, it wouldn't be too bad, but Man City away then Liverpool, I don't get that. But yeah, overall, I can see Leicester just trying to sit back, soak up the pressure, and try and hit City on the counter-attack. I mean, it has worked in recent years. Obviously, the last season, the 5-2 victory, perfect example of that. I mean, we could definitely get a result from the game. We showed that so far this season. Obviously, in September, just at the King Power, it was a 1-0 victory to City, where Leicester definitely could have got something from the game. But overall, the way Leicester are playing recently, with the injuries, COVID, etc. going on around the club right now, I just can't see it happening. And just the way Leicester have been defended in recent weeks, it could be an absolute onslaught, to be honest, because City going forward, they are scary. The options they have, obviously, Cancelo's coming forward, he's been unbelievable. Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Mahrez, Foden, Gabriel Jesus, Grealish, Rodri. It's a scary team, boys, and honestly, if Leicester don't defend well, it could be an absolute battering and an embarrassing result on Sunday. So we need to be careful, but yeah, if Leicester do lose 2-3-0, I think we just have to hold our arms up and say, you know, City are always going to win the game. But for me, as long as Leicester put in a decent performance, I won't be too disappointed if we do lose. Of course, Leicester could definitely turn up and cause Man City a lot of problems on the day. You know, we could maybe even get a win, because teams like Crystal Palace have gone to the Etihad and picked up wins so far this season. Southampton got a 0-0 draw, so it's definitely possible. But you know, City having the whole week rest for Leicester instead of Leicester like 3 or 4 days or so, it's just going to be difficult. Man City are going to be fully prepared, fully ready for the game, and I think it's going to be a difficult one for Leicester. But overall, there is a slight chance, but overall, boys, I'm not too confident at all going into the game. As always, boys and girls, let me know your thoughts and feelings going into Sunday's game in the comment section down below. How are you guys feeling? How do you see the game going? Let me know down below. But yeah, lads, moving things on then, it's now time to look at the latest news heading into the game from Leicester and Manchester City. So for Leicester, question marks remain over the availability of Jonny Evans and Timothy Castagne, potentially leaving Leicester City short of defenders for their Boxing Day trip to Manchester City. Harvey Barnes and Danny Ward were also missing at Anfield, and while they will be definitely out for the side on Boxing Day, decisions over Jonny Evans and Timothy Castagne will be made closer to Sunday's match, but for now, a return to fitness for them two seems very unlikely. City also had Daniel Amate and Hamza Chowdhury missing from the squad in midweek, while they also have long-term injuries, of course, with James Justin and Wesley Fofana. And finally then, for our opponents then for Sunday's game, Manchester City, the only real news we have about them is the players who were pictured at training a few days ago in Manchester. So this includes Ederson, Steffen, Scott Carson, Nathan Ake, Zinchenko, Cancelo, Stones, Laporte, Diaz, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Fernandinho, Sterling, Palmer, Mahrez, Foden, Grealish and Gabriel Jesus. Very scary team there, boys. Cannot wait. So we're going, boys and girls, that's the latest news then for Leicester and Manchester City then going into Sunday's game at the Etihad. Obviously, big injury news there for Leicester with several players out. For City, it looks like they are pretty much full strength going into the game. So yeah, boys, as always, moving things on then, let's get into my predicted lineup then for Sunday's clash in Manchester. So as always, boys and girls, I'm going to hand it straight up to you guys in the comment section down below. What side should Brendan Rodgers go with on Sunday to take on Manchester City? Let me know in the comment section down below. Formation, who's going to start based on the injury news we do have. Let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, starting things off then with my formation. I'm going to switch it slightly up to the 4-1-2-1-2 formation based on the injuries Leicester have right now. So as always, starting things off then in goal, of course, we'll be going with Kasper Schmeichel. Obviously, Danny Ward is out injured for the time being, so pretty much Schmeichel is going to be the confirmed keeper, and I'm pretty sure that was going to be the keeper anyway, even if Ward was fully fit going into the game. Right then, moving forward then into this pretty makeshift back four, which is going to be very scary to watch. At right back, we'll be going with Mark Albrighton. Obviously, Timothy Castagne is an injury doubt for the game. Ricardo Pereira got snapped by Tyler Morton. I could rant about this for a while, but I won't. Obviously, should have been a red card, but obviously, Liverpool fans, yeah, I won't speak about it. Albrighton at right back, in my opinion, obviously, is the only real option. Came on against Liverpool there, did a solid job. Centre backs, of course, we'll be going with Ndidi as one who played at centre back against Liverpool. So he made a slight mistake for the last goal. But overall, Ndidi at centre back against Newcastle and Liverpool, he's played pretty decent so far. So for me, Ndidi at centre back, realistically, if he played bad or not, we don't really have any other options, do we? So yeah, Ndidi is one centre back. Alongside team, we'll be going with Yannick Vestergaard now. Yeah, this is going to cause me absolute nightmares, but realistically, our only other option is Ben Nelson, but I can't see Brendan really picking him against Man City. So for me, it will be Yannick Vestergaard and Ndidi at centre-back. Obviously, Sionchi looks to be out. Jonny Evans is injury doubt. Obviously, Fofana's out as well. So yeah, Vestergaard, I think Amate is out as well. So Vestergaard and Ndidi centre-backs, and left-back will be going with Luke Thomas. Pretty straightforward in my opinion. Luke Thomas has to start the game. Right then, boys and girls, moving ahead then into this four-man midfield. Of course, we're going with the 4-1-2-1-2 formation. So yeah, in the one, you can say just in front of the defence is going to be key in the game. Basically going to be another centre-back. When Leicester are defending, that man is going to be Boubakary Soumaré, who, once again, we don't really have any other options really. So for me, Soumaré is going to start then in that really holding CDM type of role. The two box-to-box midfielders will be going with a combination of Youri Tielemans and Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, who, you know, in recent weeks have been excellent. I thought, you know, obviously Youri Tielemans is excellent, but Dewsbury-Hall has really impressed me so far. So for me, Dewsbury-Hall deserves another start in this Leicester side, and then just ahead of them in the cam at the top of that diamond, we'll be going with the star man James Maddison. You know, despite Leicester playing poorly against Liverpool, hit an absolutely wonderful strike to make it 3-1. So yeah, James Maddison at the top of the cam. And overall, that midfield of Soumaré, Dewsbury-Hall, Tielemans, Maddison is pretty strong. And finally then, boys and girls, moving into the two strikers. Obviously, this wasn't mentioned in the team news. Of course, Jamie Vardy did pick up a slight hamstring injury against Liverpool. That was the reason why he didn't take the penalty. So based on that, I can't see Brendan risking him. Maybe he could play against Liverpool, but there's only like a few days. It was like 1 day break. So yeah, nice one. Obviously up top we'll be going with obviously Patson Daka, who for me has been excellent. Alongside him we'll be going with Kelechi Iheanacho to start against his former side, who of course striked in Leicester's 1-0 victory over the Citizens in the Community Shield final earlier on this season. So yeah, boys, that's my team for the game. In goal, Kasper Schmeichel, right back Albrighton and Ndidi, Vestergaard, Thomas, making up the rest of the back four. Midfield, Boubakary Soumaré, Youri Tielemans, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, James Maddison. Up top, Patson Daka and Kelechi Iheanacho. So there you go then, boys and girls, that's my predicted lineup then going into Sunday's game. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. Based on the injuries, I think that's really the best side which we could go for, but God knows what team's going to play against Liverpool. For me, guess we should just attack this game. Yeah, wrapping things up then. Score predictions from me for the game. As always, let me know your score predictions in the comment section down below. For me, I'm going to go with Man City 3, Leicester City 1 now. That's me predicting Leicester loss, which I don't normally do, but for me, I just can't see it, boys. So for me, I'm going to go with a Man City 3, Leicester 1. Goal scorers, I think Foden will score 1, Mahrez will score 1, and Jesus, and for Leicester, we'll go with Patson Daka to score 1. Overall, I'm not being optimistic, which I usually am, like I said, but overall, I'm just going to try and be realistic, boys. And I think realistically, a 3-1 loss if Leicester put in a decent performance, I wouldn't be too disappointed. So the boys and girls, that's it for today's video. Of course, in today's video, I bring you guys the Manchester City versus Leicester match preview and predicted lineup. Of course, Christmas period is here, but that does not stop the content. So yeah, if you have enjoyed today's video, boys, let me know by dropping a like. Subscribe as well to the channel. If you haven't already, let me know your thoughts and opinions going into Sunday's game in the comment section down below, boys and girls. It's going to be a tough away trip for Leicester, but fingers crossed the Foxes can fight and maybe pull some sort of result out of the bag. But yeah, boys, I'm in Sportsa, and I'll see you guys very, very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.